Morning.
Hey, good morning. This is Brett Compton at OEM. Could I have whoever has the phone number ending in 522 identify themselves?
It's Marianne Perez with Duckwater.
Excellent. Thank you, ma'am.
Mhm.
Okay. Harriet, Brett Compton from OEM. It is 10 o'clock. It looks to us that we will have a quorum once you call. Floor is yours.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so this is Harriet Vegas. For the record, the time is 10 o'clock. I'd like to call the June 16th, 2026 meeting of the Nevada Tribal Emergency Coordinating Council to order. Ms. Borst, will you conduct the roll call, please?
Lauren Borst for the record. Harriet Vegas.
Present.
Jackie Conway. Don Pelt. Marianne Perez.
Here. Marianne's here.
Thank you, Marianne. Ken Keener. Ross Rivera. Lori Tom. Here. Lori, did you say here? I'm sorry.
Yes, here, please.
Thank you. Janet Andion.
Present.
Thank you. Daniel Thayer.
Here.
Thank you, sir. Brett Compton.
Present.
DT Allen.
Present.
Thank you. Samantha Laddick.
Here.
You have quorum.
Perfect. Thank you so much. With that, we'll close out agenda item number 1 and we'll move on to agenda item number 2. This is public comment. This is for discussion only. No action may be taken upon a matter raised under this item of the agenda until the matter itself has been specifically included on the agenda as an item upon which action may be taken. Public comments may be limited to 3 minutes per person at the discretion of the co-chairs. Comments will not be restricted based on viewpoint. To provide testimony during this period of public comment via telephone, please call in anytime after 9:30 a.m. on the day of the meeting by dialing 1-669-219-2599. When prompted to provide the meeting ID, please enter 202-331-8963 and then press pound. When prompted for a participant ID, please press pound. When asked to provide public comment, please press *6 to unmute your phone and *6 again when your comments are completed. Please be advised that the YouTube stream will be between 60 and 90 seconds behind the live meeting. If you would like to present public comment, please call in using the above number to hear the meeting live. So while we wait for the lag time to catch up, are there any comments there in Carson City?
Harriet, this is Brett Compton, OEM for the record. I do have my public comment. So I would like to share that as the Chief of Emergency Management, effective at the next Ntecc, I will be appointing Aaron Thacker as my designee to take the co-chair seat here on Ntecc. Super excited to have him step into the role, provide some leadership to assist you, Harriet. So really excited about that opportunity and the comments.
Thank you, sir, and congratulations, Mr. Thacker. I really look forward to working with you. Are there any other comments there? Aaron, would you like to say something?
Good morning, everybody. Aaron Thacker here. I know most of you, so again, look forward to working with you as well, Harriet.
No additional comments from Garza City.
Thank you, sir. Are there any comments on the phone? Are there any comments from the members? Okay, I would like to, I do have a comment myself. I was kind of waiting for everyone else. I had a very nice warm welcome for Miss Jonna at the Moapa Band of Paiutes. We're very pleased to have her on the call with us today. However, I did get an email from her, and I was wondering if she had a moment to introduce herself and then provide us with an update. Jonna, hate to put you on the spot, but can you chat with us for a minute?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jonna. It's very nice to meet you all. I'm with the Moapa Band of Paiutes, and I've been in the position for 3 months now. And I think that we've grown a lot in the emergency management aspect. We're in the process of the IPAWS grant satellite implementation and also implementing Code Red, which is something that the tribe has never had before, a mass communication system. We're also getting smoke alarms installed and having those partnerships with the important stakeholders like the Red Cross and the state. And I'm really grateful for all the partnerships and friendships I was able to make here, but I will be departing shortly. I have accepted a position in Washington, D.C. So while this is my first meeting, it'll also be my last. So thank you, Harriet.
This is Harriet Vegas for the record. So sorry to hear that. I'm glad that I was able to work with you. But keep us in mind when you're in Washington, D.C. Don't forget about us. And I'm very sad to see you go, but wish you all the best.
Thank you, Harriet.
Yes, ma'am. Are there any other comments? Okay, hearing none, thank you. That will close out agenda item number 2, and we'll move on to agenda item number 3. This is the approval of minutes. This is for discussion and possible action. The Ntecc will review and discuss the minutes of the March 3rd, 2026 Ntecc meeting. The Ntecc will determine whether to approve the meeting minutes. You all should have received a copy of the draft minutes from the March 3rd, 2026 meeting. And thank you to Ms. Forrest and her team for all the work that you guys do in putting these minutes together. Members, please review them. And when you're ready, I'll take a motion to amend or approve, please.
Yeah, call in, and then what's the number that you call? So, the last 4 digits. Zero 591. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and call in.
Has everyone had a chance to review the minutes? Does anyone have any edits or amendments?
You don't get something.
Okay, hearing none, may I have a motion to approve the minutes, please?
Daniel Thayer, Reno Sparks, all approve the minutes. Make a motion to approve.
Marion Perez will second it.
Thank you, Mr. Thayer and Ms. Perez. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
All opposed say no. Okay, motion passes. Thank you. With that, we'll close out agenda item number 3 and we'll move on to agenda item number 4. This is the Office of Emergency Management updates. This is for discussion only. Co-Chair Brett Compton will provide the Ntecc with an update on the efforts of the Department of Homeland Security shutdown, the restart of the Federal Emergency Management Agency operations, and the FEMA Review Council report. Chief Compton, I will turn it over to you, sir.
Thank you, Brett Compton, for the record. So first off, I'd like to start with where we are in regards to the restart of FEMA. We're super excited to have them back to work. They are actively in the process of rehiring a good quantity of folks that ended up leaving during the shutdown. At the current moment, Regional Administrator Fenton is the senior official performing the duties of the administrator on behalf of all of FEMA, so the acting FEMA administrator. There has been a nomination made by the president of Mr. Cameron Hamilton, who was his first acting FEMA administrator in this administration, and he is scheduled to go before the Senate tomorrow, the 17th, for confirmation. We are starting to see the FY26 notice of funding opportunities emerge, and it's kind of where we sit at the moment. FEMA is supporting a tribal summit here at the Carson City Emergency Operations Center on the 16th of July. So it is exciting to have them back to work. What I'd like to do next is walk you through some of the recommendations that were released by the FEMA Review Council last month. And so give you a flavor of what we think is in store for emergency management moving forward. Now, I'd like to open up with, these are recommendations to the president, some of which he has the ability to implement through executive branch, and some of which will require Congress's intervention. So we don't know how they will roll out or what will be accepted, but I want to cover the general big points. And first and foremost is that the verbiage has changed from eliminating or removing FEMA as an agency to refocusing FEMA, which is a positive. The second part is there is absolute unambiguous messaging that the federal expectation is that states, locals, and tribes will own disasters. They are strongly encouraging state, tribes, and locals to exert self-sufficiency and reduce the federal funding exposure. The FEMA Review Council had 10 major recommendations with approximately 150 action items embedded within their report. Some of the large areas to discuss is that we should expect FEMA help only for truly significant events. We expect to see an increase in the thresholds for qualifications for federal disaster declarations. We expect to see an emphasis on emerging threats, national security supply chains, continuity of government. And I would translate that to war, major earthquakes, major hurricanes, and some of the bigger events and disasters.
This thing's gonna get broke one day.
As I stated, we expect to see increased thresholds to qualify for disaster declarations and the possibility of deductibles, much like you would pay your insurance, where the state or tribal partners would have to pay a certain amount before you could apply for a disaster declaration. We expect to see changes to disaster funding models to a more parametric type of payment. This would be paid directly versus a reimbursement, and would be based on triggers, based on the scale of the disaster that you're facing. If this were to be implemented, you would not pay for all of the damages that you would incur. And it would also not authorize administrative costs. So it would be a significant change to how we operate in response and initial recovery. We also saw a recommendation for a change to how funding is used, a move away from sustainment towards building capabilities, some of which would be federally directed. And a good example of this would be the urban search and rescue teams that are currently in existence. We expect to see a decrease in FEMA response and initial recovery support on the ground. We also would expect to see a shift in hazard mitigation towards a new program that would be called Refined Risk Reduction, or R3. This would push state environmental reviews to the state level. It would change the funding models to approximately 15% of the total value of the declared disaster, with an expectation to receive 5% within the first 30 days and the remaining 10% within the first 6 months. This is a positive in the fact that we would receive faster funding post-disaster, but also a challenge to meet all the requirements to do the damage assessments within just a short time frame. We also expect to see a change to pre-disaster mitigation projects, and we expect those to expect them to be managed more like business projects. Shovel-ready projects that are pre-vetted would be important. Funding for planning projects would not be supported, and we'd expect those to be infrastructure focused. We expect to see an increase in cost shares for states and tribal partners, aligned with the 50% mark across all grants. On a very positive note, we would expect to see a more efficient and streamlined individual assistance program that will consolidate the multiple applications into a single application that would get survivors money faster. However, we also expect to see a shift in who would qualify for that, and it would only be those that have uninhabitable homes. The discussion and the recommendation is for a 2 to 3 year timeline implementation, which will be challenging. We expect to see some sort of a shift towards state managed training, and many of the state directors have pushed back feedback that normalized, standardized training at the national level matters, where it will impact the ability for states to help other states with standardized trained personnel in EMAC situations. We saw a recommendation to shift towards actual insurance of public facilities versus self-insurance. And we saw a recommendation to shift the National Flood Insurance Program towards the private market. Obviously, some pretty significant changes, many of which are positive, many of which will be challenging. But this is what we expect to see in our future. Again, these are recommendations. We do not know which will be accepted and which will be implemented and what the timelines will look like. Pending your questions.
Wow, that is a lot. This is Harriet Vegas for the record. Are there any questions for Chief Compston? Okay, hearing none. Thank you very much for that update. Wow. Okay, with that, we will close out agenda item number 4 and we'll move on to agenda item number 5. This is an update to bylaws. This is for discussion and possible action. Co-Chair Vegas will present proposed changes to the Ntecc bylaws. So Ms. Borst has sent out the current bylaws for your review. The primary updates involves rebranding the Nevada Office of Emergency Management Homeland Security. As a result, all references to the Division of Emergency Management, or the abbreviation DEM, will be updated to Nevada Office of Emergency Management / Homeland Security. And the abbreviation would be OEM / HS. Did I say that correctly?
For council, for the record, yes, ma'am. Perfect.
Are there any questions or comments from the council members regarding the rebranding of the and updating the bylaws? Okay, so no questions or comments. I'm assuming those will be updated before the next meeting for us to approve, or are we able to approve them now?
For Thompson, for the record, I would recommend that you offer to the members to vote on the approved changes as described.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Harriet Vegas for the record. So regarding the rebranding of the Ntecc bylaws, with that change and no other change, may I have a motion to approve the Nevada Tribal Emergency Coordinating Council bylaws with the proposed changes?
Lori Tom, I'll motion for that change.
Thank you, Ms.
Daniel
Tom.
Theorenos. Yeah, Daniel Theorenos Sparks, I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Thayer. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, say no. All right, motion passes. Thank you for updating the bylaws and getting that out to us. And thank you all for reviewing those. So with that, we will close out agenda item number 5 and we'll move on to agenda item number 6. This is an update on tribal health preparedness efforts. This is for discussion only, provided by DT Allen, Public Health Preparedness Program. Mr. Allen, excuse me, will update the Ntecc on the Division of Public and Behavioral Health's health preparedness efforts related to the overall program, staffing, plan review and revision, and a 5-year strategic plan review. Mr. Allen, you have the floor, sir.
And good morning, everybody. DT Allen here with State Division of Public Health Preparedness, the program. Just a couple of brief updates for us. We did just conclude last week our Rural Preparedness Summit, which was held in Elko. Had some pretty decent attendance there. Looking forward to having more attendance next year. We'll keep this group posted as that planning effort gets underway. Specific to the program, we do have quite a few vacancies that we'll report out now. So some of our preparedness activities may be a little bit delayed or just a bit more slow moving than originally anticipated. We have about 6 vacancies that we are looking to fill. So we are posting and in the hiring process. If anyone's interested, feel free to reach out and we can make those postings available through this group as well. For plans, we did submit the mass fatality plan for review through other state committees and look to have that updated version ready and finalized by the end of summer. Again, with some of those vacancies, just pushing that out a bit to keep up. And then additionally, the 5-year strategic plan also pushed out just a little bit. We do have that renewed. I think this group is aware. If not, we update that 5-year strategic plan annually. We look at the work that we've done over the past year and the work that we intend to do in the next year. And we follow the BP, which starts July 1. So the fiscal year calendar as opposed to calendar year. So we will have a large group meeting around the annual update of that strategic plan and sort of look at those work groups. So that is underway. I think that's it for us for now. Any questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. Thank you for that update. We appreciate that. Okay, with that, we will close out. Let's see, that was agenda item number 6, and we'll move on to agenda item number 7. This is an update from the Intertribal Council of Nevada. This is for discussion only, provided by Clifford Banuelos, Tribal State Environmental Liaison for ITCN. Mr. Banuelos will provide the Ntecc with an update of ITCN activities related to the support of tribal emergency management and public health preparedness. Mr. Banuelos, I will turn it over to you, sir.
My name is Brett at OEM. We do not see him online.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yeah, I don't see him either. Okay, so we will move on then to agenda item number 8. This is an update from the Nevada Department of Native American Affairs. This is for discussion only, provided by Stacy Montooth. Director Montooth will provide Ntecc with an update of DNAA activities related to the support of tribal emergency management and public health preparedness. Director Montooth, you have the floor.
And as Brett in Carson City, we do not see Director Montooth online either.
Yes, sir, I agree. Okay, well, we will. So is it safe to say we can table those for the next meeting, those two updates?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now we will move on to agenda item number 9. This is public comment. This is for discussion only. No action may be taken upon a matter raised under this item of the agenda until the matter itself has been specifically included on the agenda as an item upon which action may be taken. Public comments may be limited to 3 minutes per person at the discretion of the co-chair. Comments will not be restricted based on viewpoint. So while we wait for the lag time, are there any additional comments that anyone would like to bring up? Are there any there in Carson City?
None seen Carson's.
Yeah, Harriet, this is Josie Burnett for the record. Just a follow-up comment to Mr. Compson's brief from earlier regarding our upcoming regional tribal wildfire seminar on the 16th. It's going to be a one-day event focused on readiness response and wildfire, strategic partnerships and collaboration. We do have several topics lined up on the agenda, and one of those is specifically going to be a panel discussion that's going to focus on strategic partnerships and wildfire response and communications. So I'm looking for one tribal partner that is willing to volunteer to participate on that 1-hour panel discussion. So if you're interested, please let me know. And then the registration is open until July 3rd. So if you need that information, please reach out. And then another announcement is we have our regional tribal partnership calls that are starting up again. Those were on pause during the lapse in appropriations. I will be facilitating those calls on a reoccurring monthly basis, focusing on a new topic every month. So our first call with that is this Thursday on the 18th at 11 a.m., where we are going to talk about hazard mitigation planning. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Josie. Are there any questions for Ms. Burnett? So you will you'll send out the link for us to join the meeting this Thursday.
Yes, this is Josie for the record. That link was shared. I just pushed it out today, and I think it's went out another time. And that meeting will be occurring monthly going forward.
Thank you. Are there any
Harriet,
public comments?
Harriet,
Yes.
yeah, this is Daniel Theorino Sparks. I just wanted to announce that I'm going to be retiring. I've, submitted already to the Reno Sparks in the colony. My last day will be July 31st. Right now I'm just working part-time. My mom's been in the hospital. So that kind of, what made me want to retire. I've been involved with, the emergency management on a tribal side since 2010. Originally, starting with Reno Sparks in the colony, and then when Ntecc was formed under the Indian Health Board in Nevada, I started out as a tribal resource management, then moved on into the public health side. It's been a ride. I mean, we're looking at, 15 years close to of assisting the tribes in Nevada. A lot of major disasters had occurred, the flooding in Moapa, the wildland fires, and probably the biggest one was with COVID. But I mean, it's been a ride. I enjoyed working with everybody. I was looking at all the emergency managers on the call this year. I think the only other one that's been here the longest is Don Pelt. But I just want to give my announcement that I will be retiring on the 31st of July. It'll be my last day. I am available as a resource if you guys need any assistance. I'm available. But I want to thank, emergency management, also, Division of Behavioral and Public Health, Northern Nevada Public Health. You know, I've been a readily resource, and I appreciate all the help that you guys provided to the tribes of Nevada. You know, I pretty much blazed the way and opened up these relationships with the state of Nevada in both emergency management, public health, and then probably the biggest one is building that relationship with FEMA. So I want to thank you guys, and I wish the best for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. I'm sad to hear that, but I understand. I really appreciate all that you've done. I mean, you've personally helped our tribe a lot, and I'm truly grateful to you. I wish you the best of luck, and I did hear about your mother, and just know that she's in my thoughts and prayers, as you are as well. So, are there any other comments?
Daniel, this is Lori. I am sorry to hear that too. You're such a valuable resource to the state of Nevada and our tribes, and I thank you for all of your service for all these years. And my prayers are with your mom, and I wish you the best, both of you.
Thank you for that. Any additional comments? Are there any comments on the phone?
This is Ross Rivera. I just want to say thank you, Daniel, for everything you've done.
I agree. There's whoever takes your place has some big shoes to fill, that's for sure. Any additional comments? Okay, with that, we will close out agenda item number 9 and we'll move on to agenda item number 10. This is for adjournment. This is for discussion and possible action. May I have a motion to adjourn, please?
This
Ross
Daniel
Rivera,
Thayer.
make that motion to adjourn.
Okay, I have Daniel Thayer,
Second.
Ross Rivera. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Hi.
Aye.
Any opposed? I didn't think so. A motion passes. We thank you, everyone. We are adjourned at 10:32. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next quarter. And thank you for everyone participating.